So by the clips, you guys guessed it, we are doing another travel vlog. This is actually the last travel vlog of 2025, but it's gonna be posted in 2026. Like, it's gonna go through December till January, so you know, we're gonna be there for New Year's and everything, which I'm so excited about. Guys, how is it the end of this year? For you guys, it's already the start of the year, but you know, anyways, whatever. Anyways, Happy New Year, because it's still Happy New Year. I still count that as that. Okay, I feel bold. I put my hair out because it looks ugly down right now. It's dirty because I've been on like 3 flights over the past 2 days. So yeah, but let's talk about the books I've been reading actually, because you know, I've been reading. Okay, so I actually finished one book and I have a few quotes I want to read for you guys from it, but first I have to get my Kindle out for that. Okay, so I actually finished, what was the book called? My brain is not working if you guys can't tell. Okay, let me go up to the top. Okay, so I finished When the Moon Hatched. Okay, this is actually a really good book. This is one that I've been scared to read because of the sheer size of it and the sheer size of the glossary it has. Because I've seen the glossary ain't that tiny. It is extensive. I did not read it. I'll right away tell you guys I did not read the glossary. I just knew that it would discourage me from trying to even enjoy the book. So just I'm gonna pretend that there ain't no glossary, you know, and just survive like that. Now, I'm gonna see, guys, how do I see my highlights? Okay, there we go. Because usually I do on my phone. Okay, I only have 2 highlights. Oh, no, there's much more. Okay, so there's a few, and it's just I love the main character, the main female character. She's such a fun character. I loved her throughout the first half. I still loved her through the second half, but, first half her was peak her. I can tell you that much. It was peak her. Let me show you guys some quotes just to see, okay? She's alright, I've seen bigger, but hey, if whipping a female makes you feel like a strong boy, then don't let me stomp your dreams. And don't worry, I can handle it. I've got enough balls for both of us. And this is while she was in this whole entire thing. I don't know, this is so funny to me. It's oh wow, okay. Let me show you guys another one. One thing's for sure, I wouldn't bow to any of them, even if a sword was notched at my neck. Slay girl, I love a strong female character that won't bow down to anything. Obviously you're getting tortured, I get it. I got you, girl. But her, oh my god. It's well done, you possess a brain cell. I would cheer, but I'm certain you'll do enough of that this slumber while you're staring at your floor-length mirror, fisting your micro. You get what it says. Oh my god, I love her. She's one of literally, she is my favorite character. I'm she's one of my favorite characters. No, she's my favorite character in this book. I know that there's a second book actually coming out next year, which is one of the reasons why I was yes, I should read this book now. So that's why one of the reasons. Okay, I'm gonna not show you guys the rest of them because I don't think you guys want me to read you guys all of them. But I really enjoyed this book. This was such a fun one. It is very it's dense, it feels, and the glossary just really discourages you. I'd say if you can usually pick up stuff sort of quickly, then I'd say skip the glossary. Maximum you can always refer back to it. There's always that option. Because I was okay, I am going to skip the glossary, but if I feel I don't get something and I want to get it, then I'll read it. And I just understood what was happening in the plot, so I felt no need to grab the glossary. Obviously, were there some points where I was just a bit what's going on here? Yes, but I feel usually you can do it. It's for people who need it. It doesn't explain heavily about the plot, which makes sense why about the world and all that. You don't get extensive details because that's what the glossary is for. But you know, you can pick it up. Usually they have a different time, so it's in eons and also in I forgot. But it's in phases, moon phases, and all of that. But it's an interesting book. I really enjoyed the plot. I really enjoyed the world building. It was so fun. Even without reading the glossary, I feel it was really good. And it was enjoyable. I don't know, it went pretty quickly, even though how long is the book? Actually, I thought it was longer than how much it actually was. Let me check. I think it's 700 pages. But I could be extremely wrong, because I usually am. I miscount. Oh yeah, it's 700. Okay, I was actually surprised it's 700 pages, which is decent. I expected it to be worse. It could be much, much worse. But obviously it's a lengthy book. There's a lot compressed into this plot, but I really loved how it progressed. And the plot twist actually got me, but for a second I actually thought it would be 5 stars, but I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be 5 stars. I think it's more so a 4.5. It was a good book. I would say read it, even though probably the glossary and the page count could scare you. Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it just go into it. If you really need the glossary, then read it beforehand or while you're reading it. I'd recommend trying to read the first chapter And if you still don't get the idea, like even a tiny bit, obviously you can't pick up everything in one chapter. But I mean, like if it's like, oh, I'm literally so lost, like I don't get a single thing that they're going through, then read the glossary. But otherwise, I try without, because I feel like it just discourages you. I don't know. Some people right away need it and they can pick up the information quickly. For me, if I read the glossary, it will discourage me and I'll forget everything I read in that glossary 2 seconds later. Because for me, the best way to remember is in the plot, right away diving in. It's just the best way. Just dive in, no life jacket. Just it's the best way, right? And after I finished that book, I started Babel. Maybe you saw me in those clips of reading it. So yeah, I started it. I'm only like 32% through it. It's an interesting plot. It's an interesting idea. I knew that it's in an academic setting, which I love. I personally love the ones where they're in an academy, university, whatever. It's so fun for me. Like in fantasy books, okay, romance, like I don't care too much, but like in fantasy, I absolutely love when there's an academic setting, even if it's for like just a section of the book. That's why I love Fourth Wing so much, is the academic setting, the writer's quadrant, and learning the strategies and learning that and that. I absolutely love that. That for me is one of my favorite things about Fourth Wing. And this is why I was so excited to read this. Like this book was another one that I was really scared to read. Both of these. Somehow I'm like choosing books I was being super discouraged to read. And I picked it up and it's going good. It's going good. But I didn't expect in academic setting, because it's about the languages. There's a lot. I feel like it's a lot more information, not as much action. Because When the Moon Hatched, there was a lot more action. I feel like here there's a lot of explanation, a lot of talking, a lot about languages and all of that, because that's what it is about. It's like we're following this one guy, Remy, something like that. No, something with R. I forget it so quickly, but we're following him, and he got accepted into the university like Babel, and pretty much he's been like he's Chinese or something like that, somewhere from this section in China, from what the book is. I'm not sure if actually the world, it is the entire, like, it's the same world map as ours. I'm not sure, maybe there's a map there, I just never noticed it. But then his mother died, and then, so he was orphaned and taken in by this professor, and he taught him, so like, he learned the extensiveness of English, Chinese, Greek, and Latin, and like, super extensive. Not like, oh yeah, let's learn how to speak in it so then you know the language, No, it's like learn everything, where each section of the word comes from what Latin base or from what this base, and that whole like really intensive. Not what you'd learn in class, unless if maybe you're an English major, then you probably learn that. But then that's all preparation for this university, and then you go in and pretty much you're studying the words. You're kind of learning how to translate from different texts and sort of like that. I don't know, I'm really bad at explaining it. Let me see what Goodreads has at how they explain the book, because I do not know. This for me is not easy, and I'm really tired. I was reading it when already my brain was like half dead. But let's see what it says. So yeah, it's in 1828. So they his name is Robin. I'm stupid. Robin Swift, he was orphaned by cholera in Canton, and he was brought to London by the Professor Lovell, and there he was trained extensively for years in Latin, ancient Greek, and Chinese, well, obviously also English he needed to know extensively. All in preparation for the day he'd enroll into the Oxford University prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. Okay, so he was brought into that uni, and pretty much it's about translation and magic, okay? There's the silver working, which is the art of manifesting the meaning lost in translation using enchanted silver bars, okay? And, you go through that. So yeah, it's pretty much, it's an interesting idea, and I'm really interested to see how it continues. Right now, we're really extensively going into the languages and the bars, which is interesting and all, but it's just so heavy. It's such heavy information that it's taking me a second to process it, because I'm so used to, like, usually as you go with fantasy plots, you learn more, but here I feel like it's a lot of info dump on you. Like, when the Moon Hatch obviously had a lot of politics, a lot of world building, a lot of this and that, but this one is just like, yep, okay, here is the entire syllabus, have fun. It's kind of given like that. But I'm enjoying the plot, it's interesting, it's fun, I'm going to continue reading it tonight. I don't think it's going to be 5 stars, like, it's really good of a book, but it ain't giving 5 stars yet. Also, I'm only 30%, so no judging. But yeah, but I'm happy that I'm finally getting to those books that I've been putting off for so long. Because When the Moon Hatched and Babel, like, I started When the Moon Hatched at the start of this year, and then I stopped. Like, I read 1 page, and then I was like, actually, I'm not in the mood for this. And then I moved to romance, and then I never got back to it, because I forgot. So yeah, but I need to actually download a few more fantasy. I want to download a few more, like, dense fantasies onto my Kindle. Like, I have quite a few fantasies in here, but I want more. There's no such thing as too much. I think. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. But I'm really excited for this travel vlog because we're going to be together for 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, I'll try to update you guys every day, but probably won't happen myself. But I'll try to. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, requirements. So we are in a new setting. Pretend that my hair actually looks okay. My hair, but we have an update. I haven't talked to you guys like in 2 days. I think I don't know. I talked to you guys when I landed, but since then I haven't. But we have some talking to do. Actually, I finished Babel yesterday during my flight. I did not sleep. I'm extremely sleep deprived if you can't tell. But anyways, I finished Babel. I enjoyed it, but I feel like it was very, very, very heavy. Like not in the sense of like the topics like it's essay or something or suicide. No, it's like it's heavy in the sort that it talks like it's a lot about language. It's a lot of like depth, a lot of information you have to grasp. And my sleep deprived brain was not getting it. It was like my brain was like, yeah, no, I am not really. I don't think my brain can think about it. But I got through the book. I enjoyed it. It's just like it's not a fantasy book that you can just go into even with like with one brain cell running in there because that does not work. You need at least 10, maybe more. That's what I recommend. But it was a good book. I really enjoyed the characters. I loved the character development throughout the story. It's like goes over like a few years, and I really enjoyed the plot. It was very, very interesting and very, very very different from what I usually read. And I like there was a few like a romance subplot, but it was so subplotty that I actually like it because I feel like so many of the romance so many of the fantasies that I've been reading. Like they're set in the magical world, so I'm like, it's a fantasy. It's more so a romantasy usually, and I'm just like, I love those. I love a romantasy. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I need some fantasy, like some depth. I need like war. I need like heavy, That's why Babel was like a choice that I wanted to read. But actually now I've started something new, and that is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, which is the last Magnolia Park's book in the whole universe. There's supposed to be another Daisy Hates book, but we don't know when it's releasing, and that kind of shit. But I'm excited. I want to read Daisy Hates so bad. But I have none left. But I started Magnolia Parks. Let me see how much percent I am through. I think I'm like 30 something, but I could be severely wrong. I'm in chapter 27. And like I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna say I don't like it because I'm enjoying it. Okay, I am 32% through it. I'm enjoying it. It's a really good book, and it's romance, obviously, but it deals with a lot of heavy topics. And in this sense, it's not like the Babel heavy topics. It's in like heavy topics. It's like going through a lot of different heavy stuff that goes on in the plot. There's a lot of characters that you get to know throughout these. This is the sixth. No, I'm stupid. It's the fifth book. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. This is the fifth book. You get to know a lot of characters, which is obvious, But like you get to know a lot of them, and you get to know a bit of their backstory. But I think there's this other book that she released not too long ago. People say to read it like after The Last Daisy Hates or the last Magnolia book, which is this one. And it's like, I think it's about. Is it about Julian? No, I don't think so. But I want to read the book. I don't remember what is the name of it, but I remember it's like kind of like giving a woman on the cover. I don't know. I honestly do not know. I'm horrible with names if you guys don't know by now. Oh, The Conditions of Will. Okay, here it is. Who is it about? Because I've been skipping, like not looking at the... What's it about? Okay, guys, wait, what the hell? Okay, I think... I can't find... Oh, book details. I'm stupid. No, never mind. Guys, where... I don't know if Goodreads has changed its settings or something, but I can't see... I don't know. Okay, it's about Georgia and Sam. Maybe I remember meeting them. I don't know if I've met them, but maybe we're meeting them in Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. But this book is heavy. I thought that this book would actually be more kind of like it would be lighter than the other two books, but actually I feel like it's heavier. It's really delving into the topics. But there's this one thing about BJ and Magnolia. Like I love BJ and Magnolia. They're really nice. Obviously I'm more of a Daisy Hates and Christian or like a Julian fan. But like I like Magnolia Parks and BJ. But they're so toxic. And like this book, it's like you have to root for them even though they're toxic as hell. You have to root for them. There's like no other way you can really look at it, But I feel like they're still a bit toxic. Crazy to think about in the last book that I still feel like they're toxic in certain points, and there's these certain things but I love, okay, I'm going all over the place, but like they're still toxic, which is surprising to me because I expected it to now be kind of like a conclusion kind of idea. You get what I mean? And also I love Jessa Hastings' writing. Like for me it's so immersive, but it's like is it kind of writing style that like if I would write a book, like a full-length book, that is what the style that I would write in. It's kind of like you're talking to the readers in a sort of way, which is what I personally like really like. I like writing in that sort of way. It's like it lets me put my soul actually into it. Like obviously I can portray the main character as me, but putting your voice that's talking to the reader at the same time is so fun in my opinion. I love when that happens in books. I don't see a lot of that because usually it's just third person, first person, the simple stuff. But I really like it. I really like her writing. So yeah, there's not much else I have to update you guys on, but I can say that I'm enjoying the book. Actually, also I downloaded 2 new books. People say that it's a darker one. It's like Dark Rise, Dark Air. I think something like that. That's what they're called. And they're like darker fantasy books. I want to read those after Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I know there's only 2 books out, and I think it's supposed to be a trilogy. People thought it was going to be a duology at the start, but then towards the end of the second book, they were like, yeah, no, that ain't happening. And we have no idea for release or anything. Maybe not a great idea to go into that right after Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, but too late. And if I love it, I'm just going to have to survive with it. You know, with Fourth Wing, I've been surviving for years. I'll just add another series. Okay, well, we'll even see if we'll even like it. But for now, I'm going to continue Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, and I'll update you guys probably, hopefully, tomorrow, depending on how much reading I get through. Because if I'm not going to read much, I'm not going to talk to you guys a lot. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, record me. So I haven't updated you guys in a while, but it's okay. I'm back, and I just finished like a few minutes ago Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. Insane. Okay, guys, this book at the start of it, I was like, what's gonna be going on, right? What are we gonna get? And then afterwards, I was like, I remember I told you guys in the other clip, I was like, yeah, they're still kind of fucked. There's still such a mess, and there's so many things going on, and I'm like, is it really gonna finish up in this book? Because I feel like they're still so fucking messed up and shit like that, right? And I was like, you know what? Let's trust the process. Let's see where Jessa Hastings will take us and what will happen going on, right? You know? And so I continued, and guys, it got so good. It got so good. I was like reading the last like 20% in one sitting. So good. It got so good. Like, it's not a 5 stars, okay? Because maybe without saying it, you're like, oh, so is it 5 stars, Romy? No. It was not a 5 stars, but it was so sweet and so cute towards the end. I absolutely adored it. I loved the plot. I loved how they just finished it. It was just such a great rounding point. Like, the last chapter, yes, I totally get, like, I love how they ended it. It was so perfect. Did I kind of expect a epilogue? Yes. But it's okay. I don't care too much. Like, epilogues are kind of like to see what is going on with the characters years from now, you know, or like a few months from now, depending on what, you know? So it's not a have to, but, you know, I kind of expected it. I don't know why. It's just I'm so used to so many romance books that they will make an epilogue, and I absolutely love them. But, you know, I still love this one. I loved how they ended it. It was just such a perfect, like, rounding point. It was like, you're not leaving it open-ended in any way. And, like, it's so in your head, too, but I love Jessa Hastings' writing. Like, it was, like, it's just as high. Jessa Hastings' writing and this series, it is very specific. It is not for everyone. It is not for every person to enjoy. You're going to find Magnolia annoying. You're going to find Magnolia and BJ's relationship annoying. You might find... I'm not even going to talk about the Daisy Hates books because this right now is about the Magnolia specifically I'm looking at. But, like, you will find characters annoying. You will find Magnolia annoying to be in her head. It will be annoying to be in her head. Like, sometimes I was, like, a bit like, okay, girl, please, wrap it up. But, you know, I feel like Jessa Hastings was really able to, still, make it so addicting that we'd want to continue reading it. And that's how the series was. So addicting, so toxic in so many ways, so fucked up in so many ways, but it rounded about so well that all that we went through feels like it's a monumental moment. Like, it needed to happen. And I just didn't know how they were going to continue, and I'm so happy I read this book when I did. It was perfect. Is this entire series super thick books? Yes. Is it fucked up? Is it toxic? Yes. I still think you guys should try it. If you guys have not tried the Magnolia Park series, I recommend you try it because it is so good. Do I love the Daisy Hates books more? Yes. Frankly, yes. I love Daisy. She is literally one of my favorite characters. I can't. Well, I also love Henry. Henry's an amazing character. Love him. So, 2 great characters. There is supposed to be another Daisy Hates book coming out. I'm just waiting for the when. Would like to know that. Please let me know when it's coming out. Because, Jessa Hastings just kind of went, she went kind of off track because she released Time of Your Life or something like that, something called like that. And then she released that other book that is sort of part of this Magnolia Parks world, just different characters that you're not as close with, I think. I don't know about that one. So, she just started these 2 new series. Well, I think they're both going to be series, or at least Time of Your Life is going to be series. And I was just kind of here, waiting for... And I'm just here. I just want the Magnolia... I just want the Daisy Hates book. We finally wrapped up the Magnolia series, which is so perfect. But we're seeing what is going on with Daisy from the lens of Magnolia and BJ. And I'm like, bro, what is going on there? What is going on? And I need to know. I need to know so bad. So, you know. Also, is Magnolia delusional? Yes. You should know that before you go in. She's delusional, but she's also, she has no filter at all. She will say what comes up in her head. And this is really apparent in the books, especially this one. I was like, girl... shut your mouth for 1 second, get some tape, put it on, only let BJ take it off when he knows it's okay, you know? But she tries her best in her own way, so I love it. I love seeing the growth of those characters over, I don't even know the span of this, a few years? Yeah, a few years. And I just loved This was one of my, like, it's a great series. I'm so excited for the Daisy Hayes. I hope Jessa Hastings starts writing it soon, or is writing it, and she'll release it hopefully next year or the year after that. Hopefully. Let's hope. But I'm rating this book. I don't know. I really love the ending. I don't know if it's just because like I just finished this book, but I'm really happy with how it ended. I want to give it like a 4.5. Insane to think about. I don't think I've rated any of the books 4.5 stars, which is crazy. But you know, like what can I do? Also, what book am I reading next? You guys might be wondering. So let me get on my Kindle. Actually, I do need to read before I finish this trip. Before school starts, I need to finish a book for school, like one that I chose, but then I've been really slowly reading it, so, you know, not too far into it, but I need to continue reading it. I don't know if I want to read it now or if I want to wait for later, because I also really want to read Dark Rise and Dark Air, and I also want to read, like, a bunch of other fantasy. Like, I really want to get into some fantasy some more, because, like, I've been reading, like, I've read a lot of romances this year, but I kind of want to, like, go back to my roots of fantasy. So, I don't know, should I quickly finish the book that I need to, because I'm halfway through it, I think a bit more. I am 56% through it, so I could finish it. The book is Sometimes I Lie, and it's not a bad book at all. I'm just not in the mood for a thriller, but I don't know if I'll be in the mood later, and if I don't finish it, I'm kind of fucked. But I don't know. Like, it would be really easy to finish it right now. It would be like a book that I could just knock out quickly. I don't know, guys. I'll tell you later, but I probably will start or Dark Rise or Sometimes I Lie. One of those two, so I'll let you guys know later. And yeah. Hey, Grammy, so we are here for an update. Now, the lighting, not perfect, but, you know, every travel vlog, you have sometimes, like, normal lighting, good lighting, and then, you know, the shitty lighting. This is, I think it's too bright, maybe, but, like, it's or this light, or, like, this. This is way too dark for you guys, I fear. Unless if it's because of my phone. No, I don't know. Well, we're just gonna keep it like this. But anyways, guys, I have to talk to you guys. I decided to start Dark Rise. I know, I should be reading the other book, but it's fine. Also, little short break. Pretend that you don't see what's with my hair. And also, I want to show you guys my outfit because I feel like it's so cute. I actually really like it. Like, it's this shirt I bought, actually, at the start of this trip, and the skirt I've had for a while, but I really love the shirt. Oh, I'm so excited. I actually bought it because I needed to find some sort of shirt for a dance performance that I'm doing in January, and I saw this shirt, and I was like, wait, that's actually kind of perfect, and the teacher approved it, so, like, yes. And then Manny was going to wear it, even outside, but it was just another reason for me to buy it, you know? I love when I get, like, more than one reason to buy a piece of clothing or something. But yeah, now, let's talk book. So, I started Dark Rise, and I'm now not that much into it. I can tell you guys as much. 15% / chapter 7. Now, this book, like, I was reading a few reviews that people, like, wrote, and, like, people say that the start is a bit slower, and it's like, world, like, it's building the world and where we are, and in what point of time we're. And then the second half of the book is when it really starts to speed up and the action really builds up, you know, and there's a lot of twists and turns. So, you know, I see where it's, like, kind of, like, right now a bit slow, but I'm enjoying it. Let me explain a bit about the world, and also because I need some more explanation, because now I finally got a bit more explanation into the world, so I know more. Like, this is centered in, like, a war-torn world, kind of like Giving Alchemized, because it's dark, but I don't think it's the same in your head psychological dark as Alchemized was. So yeah, but I'm not trying to compare those two books, because those are two different books by two different authors, and Alchemized was one gigantic thick book. This is two books, but there's going to be a third one, and also maybe a fourth one. I don't know. I think it's going to be a trilogy, but the thing is, the author has not stated if there's going to be a third, like, when it is coming out, the third book, which is kind of scary, because if I end up loving this series, and I finish the second book and it's a crazy ending, I'm kind of going to be stuck with no idea when the next book is coming out, which is not the best, but it's okay. Let's talk. Okay, so, the ancient world of magic is no more. Its heroes are dead, its halls are ruins, and its great battles between light and dark are forgotten. I can't speak. Are forgotten. Only the stewards remember, and they keep their centuries-long vigil, sworn to protect humanity if the Dark King ever returns. 16-year-old Doc boy Will is on the run, pursued by the men who killed his mother. Okay, yeah, I remember that guy. He's the main character, obviously. He's the MMC. When an old servant tells him of his destiny to fight between the stewards, Will is ushered into a world of magic, where he must train to play a vital role in the upcoming battle against the Dark. As London is threatened by the Dark King's return, the reborn heroes and villains of a long-forgotten war begin to draw battle lines. But as the young descendants of Light and Dark step into their destined roles, old allegiances enmities and old flames are awakened. Will must stand with the last heroes of the light to prevent the fate that destroyed their world from returning to destroy his own. So what I'm getting from it, there's Will, who his mom was pretty much like killed by the Dark One, or like, well, I don't know. Some men killed his mother. I'm pretty sure it was from the dark side, but I'm not sure. And and as I said, like it's pretty much it's like the war's finished and the dark side won. Like what you can kind of, well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure because it's like they're saying like the Dark King has left, but it has returned now. So who won? I don't know. My brain has kind of disappeared. The brain cells are running on very low energy fuel, but that's okay. But I am enjoying the story. It is like right now we're really getting a lot more information, and we're obviously following the main character, but like there's not much going on, so we're getting a lot more information than anything else. But it's interesting, and we finally got a bit of the story of how this everything like started out with the war and all of that. I kind of finally just got that. So that's nice. I finally get that, but I don't know. I'm gonna see how this book goes. I'm interested to see. I have the second book downloaded. If I finish this book and I'm like, I need it now, the second book, like I have that ready for me, but we will see what will happen. So yeah, there's that. Also, actually, I don't remember if I told you guys, but I actually decided to start One Piece, which if you guys don't know what it is, you've been living under a rock, but that's okay. I will inform you. It's pretty much a manga that is like the most famous manga in the world. Like, if you tell somebody, like, name a manga, they could say One Piece. Like, obviously, they could say others, but I'm saying this is the one that's most popular. It has, like, I don't know even how many books. There's a bunch. There's a bajillion. It's a huge series, and it follows Luffy, I think, who wants to become a pirate, you know? He's like, yeah, I want to become a pirate, and that's what I want to do. And I love that ambition for him. I love that for him. And so pretty much we kind of follow him as he tries to get his crew, his everything. He tries to become a pirate, you know? That's his dream. I've only read till chapter 4, I think, but I read that last chapter so quickly. I felt like I was speeding through it. Let me find it. I actually downloaded an app just to read the manga because that's easier. Yeah, I'm on chapter 4. And I think, like, from 1 to 50 is, like, the first book, supposedly, because I feel like A Parting of Ways seems like the end to book 1, you know? Just me? Just me. No, I feel like it is. I'm gonna count that from book 1 to book 50. Like, I don't know, if I finish chapter 50 and then I see what the chapter 51 is, and it seems like the premise to the second book, then that's what it is. I don't know. The app that I'm using is Manga Plus. It actually works pretty well. I really enjoy it, but like if you're in the middle of a chapter and you like get off the app and like fully scroll it away, you will not have the page saved. At least in my experience, that's what happened. So I just made sure to or remember the page I'm on or just finish the chapter fully, which, you know, it gives you a great excuse to say like, oh yeah, I need to finish the chapter before I can go to sleep, because you actually do need to, sort of. I don't know, but he's a really fun character. He's pretty young, but it's like fun to see. So yeah, I'm sort of reading that on the side, but I've been doing that for a couple of weeks, but I don't know how I'll go through the book. That's something else. We're not focusing on that. The primary book is Dark Rise right now. I'm going to continue reading it. I'm watching some YouTube videos. I have a bunch to catch up on from Bookmas. But, you know, I'm slowly getting there. Anyways, I'm going to continue reading, I think. Maybe also get some stuff to drink. Actually, yeah, I might go get something to drink, then go back to reading. Also, guys, if you saw when I was showing you guys my outfit, all those bags, pretend that they're not there. We're packing up. Because tomorrow I'm leaving this place, so you'll get in your background soon enough. So yeah, there's that. Hey, Wormies, it's been not a super long while, but like a while since we've talked, but I actually finished, a day after I talked to you guys, I finished Dark Rise, and it was good. I actually really enjoyed it. I reached flow state and I was like reading, and then I finished it super quickly. It is a really good book and all, but I rated in the end 4.25 stars, something like that. I really enjoyed the book. It was so good. I loved the fantasy. I loved the darkness of it. It was good. And I love the characters. Like, the world is so intricate and the characters just add on to it. And there isn't like really any romance. I feel like it's dabbled in there, but it's not like so many other romances or fantasy romances that I've read. I feel like you barely see it. I don't really see romance in the books, though I might have just not noticed and then, you know, kind of just left my brain. I don't know, that could have always happened. But yeah, but actually, I really enjoyed it. I really, really loved it. And it's not a super popular book, at least I think, Dark Rise. Let me check. Like, it has like 40,000 ratings and like about 9,000 reviews, which is not too bad. And I'm now like reading the reviews. There's just one person that said that it's like the byproduct of if Demon Slayer had a threesome with Lord of the Rings and the Dark is Rising series. And like, yeah. Okay, so people are shelving it at least this one review, it's shelving it as a light fantasy, and I see where it's coming from. But I really like it. And it was so fun. And wait, there's a slow burn of romance. Enemies to lovers, villain origin stories, characters reborn and reimagined, and basic YA tropes. And I also see, like I told you guys earlier, but like there was this one review that say page 1 to 400, old like, oh, this is cool, and like it's slow, and then yeah. But then afterwards, they said like page 400 to 464, like the entire thing is crazy. I saw that. No, guys, the ending. Oh my god, I cannot tell you guys. Like, it was so insane. It was like twist after twist after twist, and then the ending, and I'm like, wait, what? So obviously, I started Dark Air. But let me give you. So yeah, that was so crazy for me. I feel like it was such a fun book, and it was so good. And like honestly, I feel like it caught me off guard. I was not expecting to be like super thrown off for about anything. And then I reached the ending and I was like, wait, I am. Like maybe I did have a few tiny suspicions, but they weren't really that like, oh yeah, this is for sure gonna happen. No, it's just like, oh, I feel like something is happening, but I was like, this is setting me off, but I couldn't think of why, so I just left it. I never actually got anything. And then there's also this one review in Spanish, which is so surprising. I'm not used to seeing Spanish reviews. Well, probably there is, I just never look at it. I love how they just say random words in English. And it's like, let me read a bit of the review. Legí tengo mucho que decir de este libro. Cuando me ordene mis pensamientos, haré una reseña más decente. Ahora mismo, I'm reeling. Like, it's just, like, random words, like, legit, and I'm reeling. And afterwards, they're like, en serio que esos últimos 4 capítulos me hicieron querer ponerle 5 estrellas, porque, wow, increíble. Si es pass it, I'm so bad with names, teach me your ways. But, like, I see it. Like, the start was slow, but then afterwards, the ending just got so crazy that I was like, wait, what? I need to get to the next one. And so, yeah, that's why I started Dark Air. I'm not that much into it, so right away I'm saying I've been reading quite slowly, and also you might be able to tell from my voice, but I'm a little bit sick. Not fun, I can tell you. I'm 16%. I'm on chapter 7. Dark Air is really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's fun. It's exciting. And, okay, so there's still a lot of plot twists in the sequel, and the ending was horribly unfair. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone to the second book. I'm scared that the second book is just going to destroy me. I did only rate the first book 4 stars, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's a really good book. I'm surprised it's not more popular, because I feel like from everything I've seen, I feel like everybody would enjoy this, but I rarely saw anybody talk about it. I think I saw like maybe like, because I was looking through what to read, and then I saw this one person talking about it, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let's do it. So I was so surprised to see that there aren't that many reviews and that many people talking about this book. You know, it's different from what I'm used to. I'm used to like I don't know. I expected like it to be a lot more popular, but I feel like, you know, there's always some of those books that just get popular later, or just like they're a hidden gem, and this is one of them. This is a hidden gem book. And honestly, I'm kind of happy. I'm happy it hasn't been booktalkified, because there's some books that get booktalkified or books that get popular for the wrong reasons, or they maybe like what I mean by booktalkified is like the only reason people are recommending it is because, oh yes, it has this tiny trope that everybody will love. No, I don't want that. I want to see the plot. I want to see, like, you know, I don't care that much about the tropes. I don't care about the microtropes. Like, there are some microtropes that I enjoy, but, like, I feel like they're so over the top. I don't know how to explain, but I don't like when they booktalkify books. Some certain ones, I'm really happy they're hidden gems, and this one I'm really happy it is. Like, do I wish there were more people talking about it? Yes. And I want to also look at edits. I want to try to find some edits of this book, but I want to read the second one before I look at this, because I'm guessing that the ending is gonna change a lot of things. I feel like this book is gonna change everything for me. So, you know, we'll see. This is not though a 5-star yet, so just so you know. And yeah, after this book, I am going to have to continue reading that one book that I talked about, the thriller. I need to finish that book. And then after that, I want to read some other fantasies. I have some other ones I'm interested in reading. Let me show you guys. Because I was looking through like my old lists, like my immediate TBR that stopped being immediate because I was getting into little slumps or just wasn't in the mood to read those, you know. Let me try to find them. Here they are. They're usually in my screenshots folder. Oh, wait, The Scars Within, I think that's the second book to some sort of series. I want to read that. And also The Lady of Darkness, I've heard really great things about it, so I'd really love to read it. Then there is, let me see, there are a lot more. The Unbecoming of Mara Dyers, Dark Forgetting. There are these other ones. Wait, let me try to find them. I was interested in reading the games God's Play. Also, The Raven Boys sounds amazing. Oh, and I downloaded onto my Kindle like 6 books from This Woven Kingdom. I thought it was like a trilogy. It's a long series. I didn't even download all of them. I think I don't have 1 or 2 more books. It's like a pretty long series, but I feel like a lot of people have said that they really enjoyed it, so I want to try to read that. Jade City, also really want to read that at some point. What else was there? Alchemy of Secrets also seemed interesting. There's also the Never series, like Never Keep, Echo, Fort, and Cinder Vale. So it's like that. The series now I have, like, it says 2 outsiders are forced into a ruthless Fey academy, deadly trials plus forced proximity plus found family, which I love found family. It's one of my favorite, like, tropes. Like, I know I'm talking about, like, oh, like TikTok, like, it uses these tropes that are unimportant, but I love found family. That's one thing that I'll never stop loving. Also, I want to read On Wings of Blood so badly. And there's another one. Let me try to find it. Because there are a few more that I was interested in reading. I just can't seem to find them. I have a bunch of screenshots. Oh, I really want to read The Power of the Orange Tree. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, Wickormies, it is January 2nd. It is officially the new year. It is 2026, and I have updates. First of all, Happy New Year again. I've said it about 20 times in this video, but that's okay. I have quite a few updates because I haven't talked to you guys in some time. But let's first go with last year, and then we'll talk this year. Okay, I look washed out with this lighting. Let's hope that this looks better for you guys. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk 2025 books, and then let's go to 2026. Okay, last time I talked to you guys, I was reading Dark Air. I have since finished that book, obviously. I needed to finish it. I actually finished it a day before the new year. Well, no, I mean, like 2 days. So December 30th, I finished the book. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think I rated like 4.25 or 4.5 stars. I was really loving it. Like, I don't know. I really, really liked it. And the ending, excuse me, where is the 3rd book? I don't know, because, like, afterwards, I went on the internet, and, like, I was searching up about the book and, like, trying to see, like, you know, also, like, see what other people thought about the books, because now I don't have to worry about spoilers. And then I was also looking at when the new book is coming out, and I got no answer. People have also been asking that question since the 2nd book came out, and the answer is we don't know. So I do recommend the book, but just, you know, we don't know when we're getting the next book, which is really just great. Maybe I should. I feel like I'm really happy I read the book, you know, but I just wish we had an idea about the release date. I'm kind of hoping for this year, but I don't know if that's possible. You know, there's so many authors where I don't know when the next book in the series is coming out, like Chloe Walsh, the entire Boys of Shaman series. She's been, like, hinting that there's going to be a few releases this year of some new books in the series, but we have no idea, no release date written down. We just know this year probably there's going to be a few. And that's it. And then Rebecca Yarros, I know she said that probably in 2027, because this year she might release a contemporary romance, and then next year she'll release the 4th Empyrean book, which I really need to see. I need to see that now. Thank you. So yeah, you see, it's just a growing list. There's many more, but these are the 2 that are on my mind. I'm like, when are we getting the next book? Also, the Keeper of the Lost City series. I've been waiting for book 10 since I read the first one, but, you know, it's fine. So yeah, there's that. But I read Dark Air. I really, really enjoyed it. I love the fantasy. I love the romance. I love everything about it. It was such a good book. I don't know. I feel like it's different. Like, I just expected it to, I don't know. I expect from so many fantasies now to be the exact same. I don't know why. It's just, I feel like so many of them are just feeling so similar. And then I read this book and I really enjoyed it. So honestly, I recommend it. It's different, which is exactly what I love about it. There's so many plot twists. The first book, it takes a while for it to really start going somewhere, but it's really good. I really, really loved it. And then after that, I actually started this book a while back for school, but it was Sometimes I Lie. And I got like halfway, but then I stopped reading. And then on December 31st, I was like, I need another book to read because I need to continue my streak on Fable. So I was like, okay, let's find a simple book to read. And I was like, wait, but I'm already halfway through Sometimes I Lie. Let's finish that. So that's what I did. I finished Sometimes I Lie. I rated like 3.5-ish stars. It was a good book, but it just did not feel as good as Rock, Paper, Scissors. And there's another book I read by her. I just forgot the name. His and Hers. I love those 2 books. This one was just less interesting to me. I don't know. I just didn't feel like it grabbed my attention as much. Like, there were things going on, and there's like 3 different timelines that we're sort of following, you know, but at the end, I just feel like the ending did not satisfy me. I was just like, okay, cool, we're done. Next, what? Let's go to the next book. Like, it did not satisfy me enough. I just didn't care enough about the plot. You know, that's the kind of sort of thing. I'm hoping. I think I have a few more books by her that I haven't read yet. I'm hoping those will be better. This one was just sort of like, okay, I get it. We're done. Can we move on? So like, it was just nothing special. Like, you can read it, but it's not anything I would specifically go out and recommend out. But it was an interesting idea. It was just like, it's pretty much this woman, she's in a coma, then she's like, oh, and sometimes I lie, and then there's like this other thing, and like you kind of follow the storyline. There's like her now when she's in a coma, and then there's her childhood, and then sort of like another. I don't remember. I think it was like turned out to be two, but then afterwards you kind of space out into a few different branches. It's just also kind of annoying to follow. So, you know, that's sometimes annoying. But yeah, and now I'm actually reading this new book, the 5th season. I haven't heard that many things about it, but you know, it was on my TBR for a while, and then my best friend gave it to me, and she's like, because we do like this exchanges books thing, and she gave me this one, and I remembered about it, and I was like, you know what, I want to read this because I'm interested, and it's so different. I really like it. It's another fantasy. I'm really in my fantasy era, and I'm trying to take that with me. Okay, my microphone just... Okay, it's not working. I'm giving up. Okay, I think it probably just needs to charge. I probably haven't charged it in a while. I just hope my... Okay, and also my camera's dying out, but that's okay. Pretty much, I'm really enjoying it. It has a very interesting plot. I'll tell you, hopefully, next time I update you guys, I think it's back home already, I'll tell you guys what it's about, but yeah. Hey, Bookroomies, I'm back. Now, if you guys remember this background, you know where I am. I am back home, and that just means that you know me really well. You've watched our past few videos, so you know this bookshelf by heart by now. But yeah, I'm back home, and we have some updates. Yeah, we have updates. I was reading. Also, just don't mind my bangs. I don't know what's going on with them. They're kind of doing stuff. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk. Last time I talked to you guys, I told you guys I started 5th season, but the video cut off before I could tell you guys what it was really about. I don't think, maybe I told you guys like a teeny tiny bit of what it was about, and then I kind of left. So let's explain in further detail what is this world about and what we follow. Now, I'll tell you guys, this world is so intricate. It is so beautiful. Just this book is beautiful, and it's also at the same time heartbreaking with some of the things that happen. I'm like, God, no, please, out, please. No, thank you, you know? But pretty much, it is... this world is set in... Like, there's a world in the story, which is called the Stillness, right? And there they have a bunch of natural disasters that happen, like a lot of earthquakes, a lot of fires, you know, all of that kind of stuff that happens quite a bit for them, you know. But there are people who are able to manipulate the earth, right, to kind of like stop the earthquakes, like say, like just to stop it, you know. They're just like these special people, and they are called Origins, and what they do is origenic. I do not know how to say shit. So guys, if I'm saying names wrong or the type of magic they work in, just pretend that I'm saying it correctly, right? Okay, they can manipulate, and even though they are constantly saving the world from literally becoming like ash and dust, people hate them. They are slaves. They are, like, if in your family you have a child that can do that type of magic, you're like, oh yeah, you have to send it to this boot camp and say goodbye to it, because yes, and if you don't tell military or whoever people, like the upper class people, about the fact that you have a child, then they'll forcibly take it, or no, they'll forcibly kill it, you know? There's always that. Two choices, right? And pretty much in this world, it's always been thought of that these people are extremely scary. They're like, you can't control them, so all you can do is give them away. If you have a child of that, you must turn them in, and they have to be controlled no matter the cost. Always control them, because, you know, they can not only ease earthquakes, but they can technically do them, you know. So it's always that problem. And, yeah, so, like, pretty much, if the person isn't turned in to be killed by the community, then they will be taken to this special, like, what I said, boot camp, what I would call, but what people say training school, called Fulcrum, okay? And where they are deemed worthy enough to train and to learn about their magic and to control it, you know? And honestly, everyone in this world is trying to just survive, and because of its, like, unforgiving environment, all of its conditions, because this planet, it has, like, these seasons, right? Because sporadically there's this 5th season that comes up, and which wipes out almost wipes out entirely the planet each and every time that it happens. And they're scared that a new 5th season is about to come by. And, you know, okay, let me explain some of these seasons. Some, like, the living conditions that could become in these seasons, right? There's the choking season, where there's a bunch of volcanic eruptions that cause ash. And if it doesn't kill you by breathing it in, then the lack of sunlight for 5 years will probably do that for you instead, right? Then there's the acid season, which is like 10 plus, like, the levels of earthquakes. It's like 10 or higher level of earthquake, which cause many volcanoes, again, that cause the water to become acidic, and then a bunch of people die, right? Then there's a boiling season, which is like hot spot eruptions that begin under a great lake and make millions of gallons of steam, which trigger acidic rain. Super fun, that, right? Then there's the fungus season, which is pretty much volcanic eruptions during the monsoon season, which are made for perfect fungal spreading that wiped out major food supplies, These are some of them, and without, like, these special people, Oregon, I don't know how to say their names, so I'm just going to call them these specials. Let's call them that. These specials, without these specials, the world would be entirely wiped out. So, like, these specials are the only reason they are currently still sort of alive. And, with a new 5th season that may be coming up, they could literally die out, And that happens, and we follow, like, 3 people. Well, we follow, like, 3 different girls who are struggling to survive the world, and they each have their own journey, different things that are going on in their life. They're also different ages, 3 girls, right? There's Isun, don't know how to say her name, let's pretend that I know. Okay, so pretty much, Isun, she's an older woman her husband murdered her son and fled with their daughter, right? And that's because the son was one of the specials, turns out, and he just decided, I'm gonna murder him, and then I'm gonna leave the country. That happens. And he actually inherited his powers from Isun, but they were keeping it hidden, And so Isun decides to, like, take off to find her husband, who fled and took their daughter, She's trying to find them and get her daughter back. Then we have Demia. Still don't know how to say her name. Demia, fuck it, okay. But she's pretty much a small girl, okay. She realized she was in Oregon after an accidental attack that happened. Or her family's like, no, we're not harboring one of the specials in our home. We are not doing that. So they'd call the authorities and they're like, hey, take my child. And she is sent to Fulcrum to learn about her powers and learn to, control them. Then we lastly have Cyanide. Don't know how to say her name either. Let's pretend that was the way that's supposed to be said. And she's a young woman who lived, like, majority of her life in Fulcrum, pretty much being trained because, obviously she has the power. And she, like, pretty much, there's this thing in Fulcrum where they get rings. Like, these, like, as you continue to study, you pass these ring tests and you get rings. And then as soon as that show your power and how much privilege you have, and with the more rings that you have, which is, like, the better. Like, the most you can get is 10, obviously, because you have 10 fingers. I don't know. At least that's what I think. And China has 4 rings, which is already impressive. She's paired up with this only 10 ring guy to pretty much breed for, to produce a child for Fulcrum that would be powerful and very trainable. That's the reason. But there's also, obviously, like, a lot of side characters, and I absolutely love them. They're so fun. I feel like some of them I even enjoyed more than the main characters. I really enjoyed actually following. I honestly enjoyed all of them, watching their journey. But then there were 2 that I specifically loved. But whatever. Anyways, but that's kind of like the world that we are in. And we just kind of follow them as things happen in this world, But it also talks about a lot of dark things. It is very dark. It is not very light, funny, sunshine, and rainbows. But I feel like that's something that just kind of brought me in. It just talks about it being unapologetically it. Like, it didn't try to sugarcoat it. It just showed you what is the world like, really. There's a bunch that you see, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I was just really happy with how this book was made. It was so beautiful, and, it was just perfect. And I give it, like, a 4.5 stars. It was a really, really good book. I was debating giving it a 5 stars, but then I was like, but then I kept on thinking, I was like, wait, but I wouldn't be thinking about this if it was a real 5 stars. I would just be like, yes, wow. But the ending was, oh my god, and I will talk a bit about that ending a tiny bit. No, not really, but pretty much I just started the second book, The Obelisk Gate. Yes, it's eating. I am enjoying it a lot. I feel like this book isn't that popular, which is so surprising because it is such a good book, and it just has so many great things in it. Like, oh my god, like, I don't see many people talk about this book on the internet. There's so many fantasies that get so popular in BookTok and BookTube and Bookstagram. But this is not one of them. And, like, it is nice to see a book that's not BookTokified, but at the same time, people need to find out about this book. Like, I'm so happy I discovered it. It is such a great book, Okay, and next, I read a novel love story by Ashley Pawson because I actually did not have the second book. on hand at the time. I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't download the second book. Honestly, I was debating just like not reading at all and just waiting for the second one, because I was like, how can I read something else? But then I was like, no, Romy, you're gonna read something else. And I looked around my Kindle and I was like, okay, I don't want any other fantasies because I want to stay in that world. So I decided to go to romance, and that's why I chose a novel love story. Every time I read an Ashley Pasta book, I end up loving them, but then every time that a new one comes out, I push it off for months before reading it, which is so weird. Like, I love her books, but I just keep pushing them away until until I find, like, I don't know how to explain it, but whatever. I finally got to read it, and it was so good, guys. I loved a novel love story. I cannot tell you how much I really, really enjoyed this book. Like, what the hell? So pretty much, we are following this woman. Forgot her name already. Me with names, me with pronouncing names, no, not for this little brain. But we are following this woman, and she joined this book club, and they go yearly to this cabin, and they like talk about their books for like a week and enjoy themselves in this cabin. And she decided this year to go again, obviously. But then a thunderstorm happens, and she gets pretty much carried away to the small town. And also, obviously, she's a huge reader, and she is an English professor, and we kind of just follow her life. We follow her now that she got stuck in this town, because after the thunderstorm or whatever the fuck it was, she got stuck there. She has no cell service, no anything, and she's just kind of like, oh, this is perfectly like a horror movie. Somebody could kill me here. And we kind of just follow what happens. I don't know. Can I say anything else with a novel love story without pretty much spoiling everything? Let me see. Because I don't know how much, like, the author talked about the book. Okay, yeah, she's a professor, an English professor. Okay, so this town, okay, let me talk a bit about the town, because I can say that. My phone is telling me that I can say it, but pretty much, she gets stuck in this called Illoraton, and pretty much, it is a town that is pretty much based off her favorite romance series, like her all-time favorite romance series that has that candy store, and that bookstore, and that small inn. They're all from that book. The town in reality and the book series, one and the same characters. As she follows, she's like, oh wait, I know you from the book, and blah blah blah, And she's like, oh my god, it's so perfect, but it's also at the same time frozen, because this series, it isn't technically finished, because the author died before she wrote the 5th and last book of the series, and so she comes into this town and she sees how it's like frozen. It's just stopped, as like the author isn't there to continue it, in a way. And you just kind of follow her as she like sees this perfect town that is frozen in time, that they can't get past through certain things. And she's like, oh yeah, I must help these people get through. She must bring the town to the storybook ending. She's like, yes, that's what I need to do in this life. This is what I'm here. But there's a character in Lorton that she just can't play. She just can't see him. And she's like, I feel like I know you, but I can't remember you from the books. But you feel familiar, And he is a grumpy bookstore owner. And he does not want her to finish this book. He does not want her to interfere with the life of this town. He just wants her to leave and like not go around and like say, oh yes, you're from the book, I know you, or like do all that stuff. And we just kind of follow it. And I love this book, guys. I just got sucked into the reviews of this book, and why are like everybody just rating it 3 and 4 stars? I rated it like a 5. I don't know. Maybe I overreacted. I don't know. Maybe I did. But I just really loved this book. It was so interesting, and it had such a cool premise. And I just loved the idea. Like, I enjoyed the plot more than the romance, obviously, but it was still such a good book, and I loved the idea that it came with. Like, I don't know. Just maybe it really isn't a 5. I don't know, guys. I doubt myself so much, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I still don't have, like, a new favorite fantasy series. But that's okay, right? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let's continue from that, and let's talk about the last book, which is The Obelisk Gate. I am halfway through the book. I'm like 60-something% through it. I'm really enjoying it. It is so good. I think, though, I enjoyed the first book more, but I don't know. We're only halfway through. Anything could change. The author could decide to kill every character, Hopefully not. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I wish I talked to you guys more during the trip, but there's so much going on always. And actually, I came yesterday. I landed yesterday, but I had a bunch going on, and I was going to dance trainings. And then by the time I got home, I just kind of crashed in bed and slept until this morning. So that's why I didn't just finish the video yesterday. But that's okay, because I finished it today. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.